Are we done? Are the insides the same?
No.
No. Can you make the insides look the same?
So for subtraction, you can make them the same.
Got nothing to do with the subtraction or the addition, it's the numbers themselves. Can you break down the square root of 12? Is that in its simplest form? No. What could you break this down to? What's that? 4 times 3, which would be the square root of 4 times the square root of 3, which is square root of 4, that is 2 square root of 3. Minus. Can you break down the square root of 7? What's that? 9 times 3 is 7. Which would make it the square root of 9, square root of 3. Square root of 9 is. Oh. The insides were the same after all.
So
They were just in disguise.
in the previous problems, because the numbers didn't break down.
Right.
Could-
There's no way to make 11 the same as 6. They don't break down, so they are what they are.
So both numbers have to be able to break down.
Not necessarily. If you had this 4 square root of 6 plus 5 times the square root of 54. Looks way different, don't they? Does 6 break down? No. What about 54? Does that break down? 9 times 6, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They're going to get real sneaky on you here. They're going to take things that look like they don't at all match, and they're going to make them, that they're going to hide them. They're going to disguise them as something else. Square root of 9 is 3. I put it in parentheses to remind myself, these are all being multiplied, right? 5 times 3 is, what happened to my orange chunk? There's, this would be 15 square root of 6. Are the insides the same now? So can you add them? And you'll get 19 square root of 6. And like always, you don't have to put all those steps in. I do it so that everybody follows where I'm going.
Then over here, we would do the 2 minus.
Oh yeah, we didn't finish over there, did we? What's 2 of something minus 3 of that same thing? -1. Or as you know, my math lab will be lazy and they won't bother with the 1. Hey, good afternoon, Linda. Okay, take a look at 27 through, that was 27, whatever, 27 through 44. Which one are we going to do next?
$37.
You sure? Okay. Ooh, she's going to up the game. She's going to pick one with 3 of them. She didn't like the rest of you. She just tried to challenge herself, right?
No, it's not the homework.
Oh, was?
I mean, yeah, and I didn't know how to do it.
You mean I have a student who actually looked ahead on the homework? No. Actually, I've got a couple of you that already got 14 done.
What?
I've got a couple of students that did 14 and 15 already. But that might have been students who had this like last year as their senior year of high school and remember it now that they've gotten. Any of you found that when we first looked at it, when you started working with it, you're like, oh yeah, I remember this now. Every semester I got people, I wonder why they're in my class. I'm like, dude, you are way so far. How'd you end up in this class? Oh, I kind of screwed up the placement test. Oh man. But then again, the argument the other way is, why not get a good grade with a 4 credit class for your GPA and be reminded all this instead of going right to 107 and struggling? What can you do with this? Are the insides the same?
No, not.
Can you see if you can make them the same?
Yeah,
No,
hey,
20 of it.
those give us.
Does 20 break down?
Well,
Yes. Remember, we were looking for a square and a non-square. If it was a square and a square, the whole thing would be a square. What about 45? Does that break down?
5 and 9.
5 and 9. I always, and again, this is just, you'll notice personally, I put the square first. So that it reminds me, it go when I do the square root of it, it's out front. What about 24? Four and 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, if you don't want to write in all the steps, that's fine with me. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 5 is
Not that.
square root of 5. Square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 5 is square root of 5. Square root of 4 is
Two.
That was neat.
square root of 6 is
Nothing.
square root of 6. It's one of those that looks like it should break down, but it doesn't.
Darn even numbers.
Can we clean this up further?
We do 4 times 2.
Yeah, 4 times 2 is 8 square root of 5 plus 3 square root of 5. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4 square root of 6. Do they, any of them break down further? The 5, 5, and 6? No. Can we put 2 of them together? Or 3 of them together? 8 of something and 5 more of those, or excuse me, 8 of something and 3 of that same thing is 11 of whatever these odd Australian things are. What about the minus 4 square root of 6? That's a whole different bird. That's like saying you're trying to add,
A raven and a cardinal.
okay, I was thinking a kangaroo and a wannabe. That's okay. What now?
That's the one.
Move on, you're done. Does it take a little time? Sure. Is it necessarily difficult?
No.
Is it going to take some practice?
Yes.
Yes. Where are we going next?
I think, can we do, 42?
Sure.